First off, this car holds 8 drinks. This car doesn't even hold 8 people. 20 with 8 drinks. Here. 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 And here. And last but not least, that is 8. 8 places to store your drinks. Not getting 8 people in here, but you can get 8 drinks. Hey everybody, Average Jeff here, and today I'm going to tell you about 8 maintenance tips and tricks, and I'm going to do it under 8 minutes, so let's get to it. So let's start out with my first tip. My first tip is how to maximize your trunk space. Do not forget about the space under the trunk. Take a look. You open this up, it's easy access, and look how much stuff it stores. I keep a ton of stuff under there all the time as backup, and the only issue I have is probably remembering it's even there. That's a great tip for freeing up a whole lot of trunk space. Trick. So a trick that I found out that really helps is I bought some cheap plastic clear floor mats to cover those expensive carpet mats that come with your car. The only problem is they don't fit in perfectly. The other 3 usually are standard size you're pretty good with and you have no problem, but on the driver's side, just know that you gotta kind of cut out 2 slots. And once I figured that out, they're real easy. You cut them out, fits right in. Cheap enough, about 10 bucks. When they get messed up, you throw them away, you get yourself a new pair, and it really protects the floor of your car. So tip, in the past, I couldn't stand when underneath my car door handles got all scratched up. So what I found is these. And what these are, unfortunately they're not written in English, but what these are universal, invisible, car door handle scratch protective films. And what they do, you take them out of the package and they're kind of an odd shape. You soak them in water and the white comes off and they're like a matte clear finish. What you do is you put them underneath and then you take a blow dryer, and with the blow dryer you squeegee them and work out the bubbles, and eventually it's on there. Now there's one on there now. I don't know if you can see it, but that's the point. You're not supposed to see it. So I'll try to zoom in close enough so hopefully you can see it underneath there. And that's all it is. And the great thing about it is when you want it off, you can soak it in soap and water and it'll come back off. That's a good tip if you don't like scratches under your door handles. Now here's a tip I'm really glad I figured out. So what happens over time is your heads-up display, if you have one, starts to dim. And I was adjusting the iDrive, trying to figure out how to get it brighter, and then I realized what the real issue was. Dust started forming on the mirror that projects the heads-up display in front of the car. So my great tip is when you wipe down that mirror and get all the dust off, it'll be bright as day one. Just remember, if you're gonna wipe that mirror down, make sure you use a t-shirt or a very soft camisole towel. There is a clear piece of plastic over that mirror. Will scratch. So no towels, something extra soft. But man, I'm so happy I figured that one out. I love it being bright again. Now I know this one's really gonna be hard to see, and this is a trick that I used to help me preserve my back bumper, because as you can see, it is painted and it is exposed to whatever you're bringing in and out of your trunk. And when I had my X3, I scratched the crap out of this. So I got a little scratch right here, and like I said, it's gonna be super hard to see, and I already freaked out. So what I did is I went out and I bought this clear plastic bra. Now I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to zoom in to see if you can actually see where it is, but it goes right there and kind of goes over the lip and it goes across. Now you can pay people to do this. I actually did this myself. Again, bought it on eBay. It's just a 4-foot section. It's exactly this big. It comes in a roll. You do soap and water just like if you were gonna put on tint on your windows. You lay it down, you make it real soapy, you squeegee it out, and for the little bit of curve that's on the edge, you get yourself a hair dryer and you kind of just keep heating it up and working out the air bubbles. You'll have a couple initially, but over a week or so, you can see they pretty much 100% work themselves out. And unless I told you about this, you would never even see this clear bra, but I guarantee this is gonna save this nice, smooth, painted bumper for the life of this car. So if you do not like scratches on that back bumper, get yourself one of these. It's a fast and easy way to protect your car. Now, when I first got this car, as you can see, the 3 back headrests, I wasn't thrilled because they were actually blocking my vision seeing out the back. So what I quickly found out is that you can fold them down and you can see much better. But even that wasn't perfect for me. So what I did was, and here's your tip, take this off, you push the button, it slides right out, take it out, and then you can see perfectly. I keep this under the trunk space that I showed you earlier, and there is no obstruction whatsoever. That's a great trick. What's eventually gonna happen over time, and you can't help it, is your wood grain dash trim is eventually gonna get scratches. So I found a really neat trick to buff out that scratches and keep it looking like new. And the way I do that is go get yourself some spray wax or spray polish, not the paste kind, because if you use the paste kind, when you dry it, it's gonna dry into a white greenish powder and you're gonna get it all over the place. So good luck with that. Get yourself a nice spray wax or spray polish, spray it right onto your cloth, and what happens is you can rub that in, and what it does when it dries, not only does it take out all the hairline scratches, but it keeps it looking shiny just like it was brand new. It really does look great. I'm hoping you can see that. That is flawless. No more scratches, and look how shiny. That's awesome. BMW has done a much better job this last year with their rims and their rim coating. They really put a nice shiny clear coat on their rims, but a really good trick that I find, just like I talked about the wood trim, is if you use wax, the same spray wax or polish on your rims, and you rub it in, not only does it give them a super high gloss finish, but it really does help propel the road grime and dirt that accumulates on these rims. It's a really good deterrent and protection. So not only are they great rims to start out with, you'll find if you do this, usually a lot of times you can just spray water or spray your hose at your rims and the dirt comes right off. That's a time-saving tip. All right, well that's it. 8 tips and tricks to make you love your Beamer that much more. And listen, I'm gonna send you off with one more bonus one because I'm a bonehead and I keep on doing this. Don't keep your key fob in your pocket when you're washing your car, because if you do, the sensitivity, especially when you go over the door handles, all you're gonna keep hearing over and over again is from the sensitivity, and I know I'm pushing it right now, but it will go off and it'll drive you crazy. Anyway, you know what I mean. Till the next time, guys, keep loving your ride.